The Bloody Harvest event is going on right now, and I want to give you some tips and tricks on how you can get the most out of it, what the new weapons are, but also how you can finish the puzzle inside the new map, how you can easily farm the new map, the loot ghost, and way more. So let's get into it. Would be cool if you could leave a like on the video as it shows your support. Let's go. First things first, to participate in the event you have to be online, so wait a little bit in the main menu, and when it changes, gets dark and adds the pumpkins, then you are good to go. You want to find Maurice on Sanctuary next to where you activate the Mayhem mode, and then you can start this event by first going anywhere in the galaxy and killing special haunted enemies. And it's smart to go to places where you can easily find a ton of combat, like Athena's, the Anvil on Eden 6, but also the Ferocious Canopy on Eden 6, or the Circles of Slaughter. Especially the Cistern of Slaughter is a great location because you will be fighting a lot of easy to kill enemies that don't have a shield and sometimes have armor, so you can easily take them out. And then you simply need to shoot the ghost that appears after you kill an enemy, and that ghost can drop the Ectoplasm. It does not matter on what Mayhem mode you play, by the way. It's actually easier to play on a lower version if you are just focused on getting the Ectoplasm to get to the new map. I do think though that the drop chance from the loot ghost will be lower on a lower Mayhem mode. Like, not that they will appear less often, but just that they will have a lower chance to drop legendary gear that you want. So if you don't have issues with Mayhem 3, then I would say just stick with that. Yes, the loot ghosts are the most important source for the 4 new legendary items, and Captain Hunt, the final boss of the new map, can drop them too. You can easily see a loot ghost thanks to a yellow glowing effect over the enemy. Kill them and then the ghost will spawn, and then you quickly want to take it out to have the loot drop. So because you can easily see if an enemy will have a loot ghost spawn, what you can do is go to the different areas I just mentioned and skip the enemies and only focus on the ones that have the yellow glowing effect. I had 2 close to each other in the Anvil region, for example. Just focused on them, maybe killed some other enemies that were annoying, but overall you really want to focus on the loot ghost. It's easier said than done though, because they are very rare, so it can totally be that you go through an area and do not encounter any of them. Derka92 on Reddit noted an interesting farm spot for these loot ghosts that you can try out. It's in the Ferocious Canopy region. Inside the ship on your way to the AI boss from the BL3 mission. Here you will find a ton of dinosaurs jumping down close to the waterfall, and he had some luck there with 1 loot ghost every 2 or 3 times he quit the main menu and then retried this tactic. I did not really have the same luck myself though, but overall it's an easy farm spot because these enemies go down pretty fast, there are a ton of them, and you spawn very close by. You can of course also go to the new hack map because these loot ghosts can spawn there too, but more on that in a second. What I've also been doing is go to the Slaughter Shaft on Pandora, as there will be a lot of tough enemies there that will have a high chance to drop legendaries, including familiar legendaries that are now anointed with the new terror debuff. So this triggers when you get hit by the ghost, but there are actually anointed effects that give you a, for example, 25% chance to trigger the terror on a melee hit, or this shield I found actually triggers terror on an action skill end. So then you can trigger the terror effect without getting hit by a ghost. So then you can even use the terror after the Bloody Harvest event is over on December 5th. And that is pretty great because there are a ton of anointed effects that make sure that terror actually benefits you, while normally it decreases your accuracy and handling. So expect benefits like extra crit damage, and the more terror you have, the higher the bonus is. And there are way more variants of that also for defensive purposes. It's pretty cool to see terror as a permanent addition to the game, although you can only get the terror gear during this event. Again, it lasts until December 5th. The 4 brand new legendary items are also only obtainable during the Bloody Harvest event. And again, you can get them from the Loot Ghost and from Captain Hunt, although in my experience the Loot Ghost have a higher chance of dropping them. We got a grenade called the Ghost Call that is very powerful actually, especially in the Slaughter Shaft for example. We got the corrosive type, so then the armor of the enemies will be gone before you know it. thanks to the skulls, like looking for the targets after you throw it. It's kind of comparable to the Murph Hex Grenade. I of course highlighted multiple times here already on the channel. Only this one looks way cooler, because it's way cooler to see these skulls look for the next target. And it actually has way more damage than my Murph Grenade too. It's kind of comparable to the Hex Grenade, but before the massive nerf. So I'm curious if this grenade will stay the same, or if Gearbox will have a nerf for this one too. Either way, I will be giving it away in this video, so all you need to do is leave your PSN in the comments under the pinned comment, and then I will select a random winner and announce it in a future Borderlands video. Nicholas won the giveaway, by the way, for the Stratifier, so I will send you a friend request so I can then mail you the item in the game. And I only play on PS4, so that's why I can only send items to people on the PS4. Dennis and I also found a new shield already. That is alright, less powerful than the grenade, but still pretty interesting. It's called the Scream of Terror and triggers this piercing scream around yourself after your shield breaks. And I only saw a cryo variant so far, like Dennis and I both got a cryo variant, and on Reddit I saw that too. And that is actually nice for the snowballs chance in hack challenge that you need to complete, where you need to kill haunted enemies with cryo damage in a new hack hole area. So then it might be pretty nice, but again, for a lot of other activities, it's not that great. It does give 5% max health per second, while your shields are full though. The Fearmonger shotgun that Gearbox actually already showed in the trailer is also new. That is a pretty good shotgun actually. I still need to find mine. My RNG was really bad. I've been farming this event for a couple of hours now. We see the shot here from Nightmare Hotel on Reddit. And we also got the tamed Stalker Doll Sniper Rifle, so totally keep an eye out for that. Again, while Captain Hunt can drop these items, the Loot Ghosts seem to be the best source for the new legendaries. So yes, we were talking about the Ectoplasm. If you got 25, you want to return to Maurice, and then he will open the portal to the hack hole map, where we will be fighting a ton of cool variants on the familiar enemies and totally kill those Hecko lanterns like in the early part. You can easily skip them, but totally kill them, because I got a legendary actually once from them. And they go down pretty fast too, just like all the enemies in this map, but it's really fun to play through. And what is important to note about this region is that here the anointed drops will appear more often than when farming the haunted enemies in any other region. Sure, we of course now have the Mayhem on Twitch event, where overall the anointed drops are increased, but that event will stop on October 29th, and Gearbox actually noted in a recent stream that the anointed loot in the hack map will actually still be high after the event is over. So if you want to, let's say, farm those terror items, then this hack map is really your best option. And the nice part is that you can farm it over and over again without having to find the Ectoplasm all the time. So what you want to do is go back to Sanctuary after you cleared all the enemies and are ready to go to Captain Hunt. So instead of going to the boss, you go back to your ship and then take the portal again next to Maurice. Now you will start at the beginning of the map and all the enemies will have respawned. So then you can kill them all again and just rinse and repeat. Go back to Sanctuary the moment you are about to drop down to Hunt. Go to the portal again, and then you can do this all over again. It's a pretty nice tactic for if you want to farm this area to get the new anointed loot. And here you can of course also find the Loot Ghost, although I don't think that they will appear more often in the hack map than other regions. There's also this puzzle that you can do in the hack map before you fall down and go fight the Ratchets. This involves 4 skull levers that you have to pull in a certain order to open a door that will give you in the end a rat chest. It's pretty easy if you know what to do, and how it works is look at the pumpkins that are nearby and go from left to the right. So that is left from where you approach the stairs. So my first one was a green, pull the lever, then it was a green actually again. So then just pull the green lever again. I actually got green 3 times here, and then the final one was a yellow-orange one. So then just pull that lever and bam, the door opened. and you can go to the chest and you also complete a challenge. There are 15 of these challenges and some of them are easily completed by just playing through the event a couple of times and you will get them in the end. But for some you also have to visit the rare spawn bosses again, like Eldragon Junior or the Damaskagon. It really helps for these to have the missions on Sanctuary, so if you then go to them they will instantly spawn. Otherwise you have to go to their location, hope they are there, and if they're not there, otherwise quit to the main menu and do that again. The rest of the challenges are also easy and kind of speak for themselves. After you complete 4 challenges you get the trinket, 8 challenges will get you the Echo Team device, 12 will give you the class skin, and the weapon skin is unlocked after you complete all the challenges. And Gearbox actually notes that you unlock them immediately on all your characters across your account. What they want to do for future events is have the progression of the challenges be account-wide, so that you can continue with the same challenge on another character. They were not able to do that for this event yet though, so we should see that in the future. For now, it's just great to focus on one character with these challenges and then you unlock the cosmetics and have them on the other characters too. If you found a loot ghost farm spot, then totally let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know. I mean, the ones I mentioned here are great, but they are still pretty rare. There's not like one great farm spot yet. Subscribe for way more Borderlands free coverage if you haven't already. Like the video to support the channel. And totally check out my previous video on the big update that happened with a ton of new features. And we also learned more about the future of the game now. I written down everything you need to know in that video. You can watch it by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our golden chest opening that Dennis and I always like to do at the end of a Borderlands free video. Dennis, you got the ghost skull for me.
Yeah, I want to give it to you.
Damn it, yeah, that's mine.
Oh,
that? No, that's the Murph.
Oh,
no, get away.
No.
Don't
I'm
take
not taking it. I'll leave. I'll go towards the chest. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll open this and you pick that back up.
Here. Hopefully this works. Oh, you do have a legendary.
It works. It is a Thunderbolt fist with actually an anointed for Siren on it. So
okay.
I might use that.
How can you still clean the chest after this event? Like, oh, you need one more?
Well, to be fair, I have a problem now. I'm going to drop one on the ground. This is very unprofessional, I'm sorry. Okay, you do it now.
I mean, I don't even mind if it's not a legendary because I cannot pick it up.
It's not.
No.
Inventory space saved.
November though is likely when we get the first upgrade, so I really can't wait for that. Of course, we will keep you up to date on everything Borderlands, so totally subscribe to the channel, like the video to support the channel, and check out our big video on the update of 1.05 that also added some nice features to the console, and there we also talk about more awesome things that are coming to the game in the future. For now, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.